welcome to Red Lipstick. So today I'm going to be going through my makeup palette drawers. I have 3 drawers of palettes. Nobody needs this many palettes, so I'm going to go through them. There's a lot that I don't use and a lot that I do, so I just wanted to go through them and at least organize them, if not get rid of a lot of stuff. So yeah, let's go through it. So I wanted to show you guys all the palettes too that I do have and just kind of share my favorites with you as well. So let's go on through them. Don't mind the pajama pants. If you guys saw my other declutters, it is 4 in the morning at this point and I can't sleep. So yes, let's go through the palettes. Right on top we have a Lorac Mega Pro 4 palette. I love this palette. You guys can see it's pretty well loved at this point. Love this. Got this from one of my friends. So sweet to send this to me and I love it. It's such a good palette. This is my only Z palette that I have that has a bunch of eyeshadows in it from Makeup Geek, Ofra, Elf, some other ones that I can't think of right now, but this is the only Z palette I have, so I'm going to keep this. I rarely ever reach for it, but I do like to have it. I don't know why. Maybe someday I'll reach for it. Right here. I don't know why this is still in my collection. This is the Semi-Precious Metals palette from ColourPop. I do not like this palette whatsoever. I need to get rid of it. I find that it has a lot of like fallout and it just smudges all over the place. This is my Lorac palette. This is like a face and eyes palette. I really like this, especially for fall. Lorac has really good eyeshadows and face products. Glam Metals palette from BoxyCharm. I got this. Is actually from Crown. I love this one. This one does not have the fallout problems or the creasing problems that the ColourPop one has. So I'm going to keep this. This is an infallible paint that I decluttered, or I didn't declutter. I moved it out of my mascara drawer collection because it didn't make sense in there. I also moved this little eyeshadow too. So I'm going to keep both of these to kind of force myself to use them. Glitter primer I moved out of there too to keep. And then my MAC pigments, these are the 2 that I absolutely love, the vanilla pigment and the blue brown pigment, keeping those. I never use this. This is an infallible eyeshadow in the shade, I don't know, Endless Sea. It's a blue one. You can't even see it because it's got a clearance sticker on it, but I'm going to get rid of this. I have got Stila Kitten, which is a cult classic, keeping that. This Nomad shadow, I'm going to try to figure out how to depot it, but I love it. It's so gorgeous. It's one of the most beautiful like golds I've ever seen. So, my camera's not focusing. Figures. But I love that. It's beautiful. And then this is one of the Kat Von D Metal Crust eyeshadows that she discontinued. Keeping this. I haven't even used it yet. Alright. Moving on. This is one of my favorite little like travel things. This is the Tarte Rainforest After Dark palette. I love this because it's got your blush and your bronzer and your highlight in it, and then all your eyeshadows. Great to travel with, and beautiful pigmented shades. I have my CoverGirl True Naked palettes here that I love. I have the roses, the goldens, and the nudes. I love these. I think they're so good for drugstore quality. This NYX palette, or NYC palette, I never reach for. It's beautiful, but I just never reach for it, so I think I'm going to get rid of that. And then I have this little e.l.f. eyeshadow palette. This is the Golden Goddess eyeshadow palette. I love this. It's really good. But it only comes with shimmer shadows, no mattes, which is sad. But you can always pull other shadows. Definitely keeping my Charlotte Tilbury palette. This is the Vintage Vamp palette. I love this. Very good quality, but very expensive. It's like $54 for that. Modern Renaissance palette is one of my favorite high-end palettes, so I'm going to keep this one. Alright, Too Faced Chocolate Bar. This is one of the old ones that's like in the fat packaging. This is really old, but I'm still going to keep it because I use it a lot and it's broken, but I do like it. I've got the Double Exposure palette, which I love as well. Has the most beautiful silver in it right there. Just gorgeous. I love this. This is the Double Exposure 2.0, so it's totally different. Comes with a bunch of matte and shimmer shades as well, and I just got this not too long ago and I've only used it once, but I do really like it, so keeping that. And the regular full exposure palette from Smashbox, one of my favorites. I think they're just really good quality. So that is the first drawer of my eyeshadow palettes. So let's get on to the second drawer. So this is the second palette drawer. We're going to start out with the Nightingale palette from Pretty Vulgar Cosmetics. I really like this. It's a very neutral, kind of boring palette to be quite honest, but I do use it quite often. And I love this shade right here, Clutch. Keeping that. This is my only MAC eyeshadow palette. This was eyeshadows times 15. It was a limited edition kind of palette of some of like the cult classics. So it's got like Saddle in here and All That Glitters, Honey Lust, Rice Paper, Omega, Satin Taupe, all those kind of like cult favorite colors. So I love this palette, definitely keeping that. I love these Studio On The Go palettes. I've got one that's a little bit more of the red tones, and then one is a little bit more of a neutral palette. These are really, really good. Definitely keeping that. I love this Crown Pro palette. Really beautiful warm shades in here. I don't wear much warm shades on my eyes. I'm a more cool tone kind of girl. But when it comes to warm shades, this is a great palette. I also love this Ulta Mar palette. Really gorgeous shades in here. Classic Urban Decay Naked palette. Definitely keeping this. I have the Naked 3 as well. I rarely ever use this. And it's pretty like... it's pretty old. Like I think I need to replace this because some of the shades like don't even swatch at this point. So I think this one needs to go. I also have the Naked 2, which has the same problem. It's like some of the shades don't even swatch. So I think I need to replace this one as well. I have got some of the Wet n Wild eyeshadow palettes. These are really amazing for drugstore quality. Definitely recommend these every time someone wants a good drugstore shadow palette. These are the best. Love those. I have this palette from Laura Lee. This is the Party Animal palette. I've never touched it. I don't really have any interest in trying it, so I'm going to get rid of this. These are my little like travel palettes. This is the Naked Cosmetics one, which has some fun shades in it. I love this little shadow palette. Keeping that. IB Beauty little one here. I love this for travel as well. It's nice and small and it's got great colors in it. Just keeping that. Gwen Stefani palette I have toyed with getting rid of so many times, but I don't know. I feel a little nostalgic about it and I'm not sure why, but I'm gonna keep that. Chloe Morella Pretty Fun and Fearless from Ciate palette. Definitely keeping this. It's a gorgeous palette with like really beautiful purple shades in it. So one of my favorites. Then I have the Shade and Light Eye palette from Kat Von D. I actually really like this. I know a lot of people have problems with their shadows, but I didn't have any issues with this one, and it's my favorite like all matte eyeshadow palette. I also have the Marc Jacobs little palette. This is the one in Frivolux. It's the more purple one. Really love this. And then I have a Natasha Denona palette. This was her holiday palette last year, number 5. I got it on sale after Christmas, so definitely can't get this anymore. But yeah, the last drawer that I have here just has 2 eyeshadow palettes in it, so I'll show you that real quick. My Blood Sugar palette from Jeffree Star, which I'm definitely keeping, and my Jaclyn Hill palette, which I'm definitely keeping. So I do have some new palettes that I recently purchased that I'm going to be adding to my collection, and I will show you those. Here's one of the first ones. This is the Opposites Attract palette. It's a really beautiful palette. I have not used it yet. This is the e.l.f. Rose Gold Sunset palette. I'm excited to try this. None of these I have used yet. I just recently got all of these in a haul. I also got 2 of the little clay eyeshadow palettes from e.l.f. They look like this. And that one. And then I got the classic e.l.f. matte palette that looks like the Urban Decay Smoky palette. Very pretty. And then I got some from BH Cosmetics. I got their Foiled Eye palette. This I have to recommend. I've swatched this and it's so gorgeous. These eyeshadows are so foiled. Like, look how gorgeous that pigment is. And I'm like barely dipping in there. That's so beautiful. I'm so excited for this palette. Then I've got this one. That's the Nouveau Neutrals from BH Cosmetics. Looks like this. Really excited about this palette too. And then I got the Glam Reflection palette, which is a lot of blues, which I didn't really have in my collection before. So I'm excited to play with this one. And then this one I got for free, so I'm gonna actually get rid of this one. This one is the Midnight Affair, so I'm definitely gonna put this on my Mercari site with a bunch of other unused makeup in case anyone is interested. Again, the link is down in the info box, and I sell my unused makeup on Mercari, and I will like bundle this with other unused makeup if you want to check that out. Then I got the Natasha Denona Safari palette. I am very excited about this one. I have played with this once and I am already like so happy that I bought this. I love it, so gorgeous. And then I got the Viseart palette in Warm Matte. Love this too. I haven't even swatched these yet, but I'm so excited about this because I love the shades that are over here. Oddly enough, they are warm shades and I don't really wear warm, but I'm trying to break out of my comfort zone. And this I got on super clearance. I got it during this Sephora sale. It was already marked down to $64 and then 20% off. So really great deal. Alright, so those are all of my makeup palettes and what I've decluttered. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop these back in my drawers and put them back in my collection. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and watching me kind of share my palettes with you. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and have a great day.